A long time, man. Hey, what is up, people? Hope everybody is good. Hope you're having a great start of the week. It's your boy Oli again, back with the daily streaming live on Facebook, on Instagram, streaming as well on the YTM show, which is my podcast. So if this is the first time you're coming across me, if this is the first time you bumping into one of my live stream or my podcast, or I don't know, one of my blog posts or whatever it is. Well, my name is Oli and I help guys be in the best shape of their life. Just bear with me a moment. We're just going to spread the word about this live, and then obviously we're going to move forward because it's quite a few things to take care of here. Actually, let me just get rid of that. Yeah, I feel we're good now. I feel we're good. Yeah, I feel we're good. So yeah, every single Monday I come in here and literally I try to share value with you. You know, like there's always something to talk about. There's always something to share. And as part of my mission to make the world a better place, especially for guys, to get you like in the best shape of your life, to make you look great, to make you look sexy, to have better sex, all this kind of good stuff. I come in every day and I share with you a piece of valuable content. So for example, on Mondays, which is today, I do what I call Mindset Monday, which is pretty much like to set you up for the week, you know, to get you the right frame of mind, to really get you fired up, ready to go out there, like smashing your weekly target, whatever you do. On Tuesday, we talk about training. On Wednesday, we talk about nutrition. On Thursday, I've got a guest on the podcast. On Friday, I talk relationship and all this good stuff with my dear Steph. And Saturday and Sundays as well, you kind of like get to see a bit behind the scenes, like me being a dad and all this kind of good stuff. So if this is the first time you're coming across one of my streams, first of all, I want to thank you. I want to thank you for the couple of seconds, or even if you're here for the whole episode, for being here. And if you like what you hear in the coming minutes, I will greatly appreciate you sharing this stream, tagging a friend, posting a comment. I would really appreciate you telling me like what you think about everything I do, if you found some value into it. And we're going to get into today's topic. As I said before, today we're doing Mindset Monday. Okay, we want to get your head right. You know, it's Monday. Most of the time people are kind of like down because it's Monday, it's the start of the week. They have to get back to work. They hate their fucking work. So I want to come here to get you like jacked up, to get you ready to attack the week, to fire up, and then get shit done, and then start moving towards your goals. So today we're gonna be talking about We're talking about your excuses, man. That's gonna be a very good topic. I wrote a blog today, by the way, about this. So every day when I do a live, like there is a blog post, a blog entry which goes in with that. It's on medium.com/@ Olivier Kili. And it's also on LinkedIn as well. So go read out the blog if you prefer reading as well. So today we're going to be talking about like excuses and why your excuses are holding you back and what you should be doing about it ideally. You know, like, I mean, being a coach and obviously myself, like, I don't want to come here on this platform and then stand on a pedestal and then pretend like I'm way above you and I know everything. I really want to come in and then share my experience first of all. Really share like the excuses I was making for myself. Who is that? Just trying to take care of some comments here. The experiences I was making for myself at some time, and really how I overcame those excuses and really managed to take care of my body, of my health, of my fitness, of the way I look at things, and really on the way I approach life in general. Okay, so the dictionary defines an excuse as an attempt to lessen the blame attaching to a fault or an offense. Okay, so we kind of like have those attempts to lessen the blame attached to something we did wrong, to try to defend ourselves against something or to justify something. So now when it comes to your health and fitness, clearly there are plenty of excuses. And me as being a coach, me being a father, me being a business owner, I made plenty of those excuses. And we either make those excuses deliberately or not. Sometimes we don't even know we're making those excuses. And I really want to share with you a couple of excuses which are kind of like recurrent when it comes to our health and fitness. Some things we kind of like telling ourselves, because again, the purpose of this show is to really get your mindset in the right place of mind. So things I used to do before, and I think like up to the point when my son was born, one of the things was, for example, I used to tell to myself that, dude, I don't have time. Dude, I'm too busy. I can't cope with all these tasks. I can't cope with all this. And I used to tell myself I don't have time because I was running a business full time. I just had a baby, and I literally couldn't find the time to dedicate myself fully to something else, to another task, to another project. I was like, dude, I'm back now. I'm fully booked. I don't have time right now. Another excuse I used to make as well was I'm too stressed. I mean, as a business owner, you go through like so much stress, so much. Like at some point, especially when you're starting, dude, you're not sleeping, you're working, flipping 18, 19 hours a day. I was fucking stressed, so I couldn't actually, get any sort of project on my plate again. So that was one of the excuses I used to do. I used to say, sorry, like, dude, I'm too much stressed. I'm too stressed. Don't talk to me. And I kind of like confine myself and really like keep things close to my chest. The other thing as well, I work too much. Dude, I work too much. And even up to now, I still work too much. But back then again, that was one of the excuses. It was like how I would kind of like use that to get myself out of situations I didn't want to be into. So like, for example, if somebody or one of my friends tell me like, yo, let's go hang out. I'm like, dude, I'm working too much, man. Like, no, come on, I can't do that, Or if I had an opportunity to like meet up with other people, networking, all this kind of stuff, I always come up with like, dude, I've got work to do. And up to today, I still got work to do. But I mean, I prioritize stuff. And obviously, I'm going to get to the part of like what I do about all those excuses. Another thing as well, another excuse I used to throw all the time, like, I need to look after my son. I'm a father, man. That is the ultimate excuse parents use. And, up to the point where I became a father, I couldn't quite understand because I used to talk to my client and they used to tell me, like, I can't find that much time. I can't find that much time for my shopping. I can't find that much time for the training. I can't find that much time to do my mobility drills at home because I've got to look after my kids. Now, I became a father myself, and I experienced firsthand what it requires when you're a parent, like spending the time with the little ones, like really engaging with them. Because when I spend time with my son, I'm not sitting down on my phone and ignoring him. I'm like, proper engaging. So like, for me, it was like I need to spend time with my kid, and I kind of like use that as an excuse as well. Like, and I'm sure you watching this can relate to the fact that if you're a father, especially, if you're a father or a mother or a parent, whatever it is, at some point, you probably use your kid as an excuse as well to avoid doing something. Or like, you know what? I mean, you go see your friends. I mean, it's not really an excuse, but you go see your friend and like, dude, I need to leave at 6 p.m. I mean, you just try to find a way out, okay? And again, an excuse is an attempt to lessen the blame attached to an action, to justify it or to defend. That's what we said earlier. So when it comes to your health and fitness, you don't have time, you're too stressed, you work too much, you have to look after your kids, and what else? Because I did that as well. When it came to my health and fitness, literally like just before my son was born, I was training like 4, 5, 6 times a week. And when my son was born, I literally like went down to like 2 sessions per week. And sometimes even like I spent weeks without actually training. And I owned a gym. That's how bad it was back then, And I kind of like, I put that on my son a little bit. Be like, okay, you know what? Like, I don't sleep at night. First of all, like my sleep was totally disrupted. If I was lucky, if I could get like 3 hours of sleep at night, dude, my son was really demanding. He woke up. He used to wake up at the middle of the night, 2, 3 a.m. and I literally had to like walk him around for probably hours before he falls asleep again, and then he's going to wake up the next 30 minutes after I've done that. So it was pretty crazy, and it was difficult for me. It was difficult, and I understand when people actually say that, yo, I've got a kid, man, it's a different ball game. I totally agree with that. Now, there are other things, there are other excuses that I've listed down here as part of my blog post. Oh, there's another one. Starting a new fitness program costs too much money. And I hear that as well. I'm a coach. I sell programs. That's what I do for a living, by the way. And I hear that's coming up all the time. Like, it costs too much money. And I remember one day I was working with a client and I was like, you know what? Let's assume for a second that I am your financial planner. And obviously we work through the course. And I'm like, shit, I'm spending money on some stupid crap. Like, I'm like, yeah, sometimes like excuses are like just a segue into us avoiding like what we don't really want to do. And I'm going to get down to that. Or like another excuse as well I picked up as well is I got hurt before, and I don't think exercise is for me. I myself got hurt doing some deadlifting a couple of years ago, and I was scared of deadlifting again. So like after that injury, spent a good like 8 months without actually touching the bar, without performing a deadlift. And the reality is, I was like, dude, this shit hurt. This shit gets you hurt. It's going to wreck you. Don't fucking do it. And I didn't do deadlift for like a long period of time. And eventually, obviously, I was like, you know what? Got to grow some balls, and then you got to show up and then do whatever it takes. Because I needed that. I wanted to get stronger, leader, get obviously like more muscle mass as well. So I had to actually do that. And the last one is something I hear a lot for coming from the mom side, and not necessarily guys, but I just thought I would list it down as well. I will take care of my health and fitness when my kids grow up. That was something which obviously shocked me a little bit when I heard it, but because I come from a health and fitness background, my opinion on this will be very biased, I have to say. You know, this list of excuses, they just like came out of my head like that, and I just literally start popping them down because I did most of them. I heard most of them. These are the ones which are like kind of like recurrent over and over and over and over. And here's the deal, man. First of all, since I became a parent, it's a game changer. Since I became a father, like things change. Things change drastically overnight. From the minute a kid is born, things change. And after 2 months of struggling with balancing things, finding time for me and my missus, finding time for myself, finding time to actually have the work. They call it work-life balance, dude. I've got a life, man. There is nothing to balance. I got to actually get everything like in the right place. There is no work life. You got to work 8 hours, then sleep 8 hours, and then spend 8 hours with your family. I don't operate like that. I go all in on everything. So, and when my son was born, like I use at first, as I said, I used him as an excuse on so many things. You know, like I can't sleep enough because of my son. I don't have time because of my son. And he's just a little creature there. The kid is innocent. He hasn't done anything. Oh yeah, my kids cost me too much, so I can't take care of myself. Like the kid hasn't done anything. And I realized that it was down to me to actually recommit to myself again. And rather than creating excuses for myself, what I should do instead would be to how to say that again? To turn those excuses into opportunities. Like for example, as my son grew up, obviously his sleep pattern kind of like normalized a little bit. And here's what I've done. I've realized that I can't get up at 7 a.m. You know, and have a normal day when I have a kid. Like you can't do that. It's hard. It's hard enough. So it was hard for me to find the time to go to the gym, to get everything right, to take care of the business. So what I started doing was to wake up way earlier and then go to bed way earlier. Simple as that. So I started going to sleep around 9:30, and by 4:30 I'm up. Even this morning I did that. I got up at 4:30, and I went out and trained, ate, did a bit of work in the meantime. By the time it clocked to 8 o'clock, which is the time when my son actually wakes up, well, I've done a lot of things, and I could spend like 2 hours with him before actually I return to work. So like that's how I kind of like turn things around from problems or excuses into opportunity. And here's the thing. You watching this right now, you certainly, and you probably know that you're making those excuses. You know that, okay, you know what, I always tell myself like I'm going to do this when I'm less busy, I'm going to do this when I have more time. Here's the deal, man. You will never get more time. Never. Or like I'm planning on going to the gym when my son turns 5. Now, what are the chances of you actually being alive in 5 years from now? You know, and that's the thing. Like I work with guys and they came in because they had some bad news from the doctor, and then it was a wake-up call just like that. And I think like sometimes we take life for granted, and we just like start shoving things on the side because we have some circumstances. And I agree and I understand that we all have different circumstances, things happening into our lives, and some things we may not control. But when something comes at you, some sort of challenge or whatever we may call it, I just want to leave you with this piece. take this as an opportunity. It may hurt, it may be stressful, it may be tiring, but take this as an opportunity. And I promise you that when you make that shift, that mental shift of looking at problems just like not like problem but like opportunities, I guarantee you that you will see that, you know what, it wasn't that hard after all. I mean, I understand that you may not want to wake up at 4:30 just like me. That's your thing. It's okay. Like, I do that because I'm willing to do whatever it takes, because I've got a business which help me provide for my family, so I need to get those things done, and at the same time, spend time with my family, and that's how I do it. I wake up at 4:30. It gives me more time. Now, if you're willing to do that, by any means, join the 4:30 club. Like, you wake up in the morning at 4:30 and then you go out to the gym. Like, shit is scary. There is nobody out. Everybody is sleeping, probably on their third dream. Like, it's scary, and it's hard getting up at 4:30. But you know what? Sometimes you just got to like buckle up and do whatever it takes, man. Like, like if you really want something, if you have a situation, if you got something which is holding you back. I mean, the most guys obviously come in and I'm like, yeah, I want to be fit, dude. We both know that there is a bigger reason behind it, and I always talk about purpose. That there is a bigger purpose behind you wanting to get fit. It could be for your kids, it could be for your sex life, it could be for your marriage, it could be for your workplace, it could be for your self-confidence. It's not just fucking getting a bigger biceps, which my biceps, by the way, start looking smaller by the day, but it's not just for a fucking bigger biceps. Like, there's so much more to it. And unless you have like your purpose properly dialed down, those excuses, you're just going to keep throwing them out over and over and over and over. And eventually, let me tell you something, like, just going to end up into the rat race. And I'm touching wood here, and I hope that nothing happens to you. But make decisions now. Like, investing in yourself and your health and fitness, by the way, like, is the most rewarding things ever, because you invest in yourself. You are not a depreciating asset. As a matter of fact, your value increase. You look much better. You will live much better. You can actually have much more energy. Nothing bad happens to people who invest in their health and fitness. So if you've been making all those excuses I've cited before, it's time to look at them not as excuses, but as opportunity. And I'm not saying that this is going to be easy. I'm not saying that this is going to be like the easiest thing you've ever been through, because it's not. It's going to be hard. It's going to be challenging. You're going to feel like you want to give up all the time, because you spend like the vast majority of your life making those excuses. You've got to pay the price somehow. So be willing to pay the price, but make the steps, move towards making a change. And I've got a program which is going to help you do exactly that. Okay, I've created a program which is called 77 Ways to Stay Motivated. And this is like me giving you like the blueprint on how you could ignite that fire from within. Like, do you want to know why and how I do to actually get up every morning at 4:30? Like, most people can do that shit. Like, this is how I'm going to literally give you a blueprint on like how step by step you could stay motivated, you could stay driven, you could keep like that fire within you ignite all the time. Because I know, like, when it comes to fitness, we go through phases. Like, there will be a phase where you're super pumped, you want to do it right now, and then there is a phase where you just go like that. So I've got this program for you, 77 Ways to Stay Motivated. I've got the link of this program either in the description of this video or in the comment. Check it out. Okay, it will also be in the description of the podcast as well. Check it out. Okay, it's on pre-sale offer now, so the price you will see there is not the full price. It's obviously the pre-sale price, because obviously I want you guys to take advantage of that. It's an audio program. You also get the video to it, and literally every morning I send you like a voice message from me, personalized, a voice message every single morning. It's going to keep you jacked up, it's going to keep you motivated. So click on the link and then grab that. And by the way, if you've enjoyed this piece of content, well, it's good for you, because tomorrow I'm back again. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about training, and as I said, every day, man, I come in and I try to help you, man. Try to help you upgrade in life as a man. If you have any questions, if you got anything you want to share, if you got anything you want to say, by any means, drop it in the comments. And if you like this show, please subscribe to whichever way, wherever you're listening to this or watching this. Subscribe. Let me know what you think about it. On the podcast, leave it a review, man. Let me know what you think about all this stuff. And I'll speak to you tomorrow. It's been a pleasure, as usual, speaking to you. Hope you're having a fantastic day, and obviously you're going to have a fantastic evening. Peace out. Bye bye.